All right. Say hello, Toblerone. Say hello, Toblerone. This is Toby. It's a return to Talk Tuesday. Talk to Tom. Taco time. Toby just wanted to make an appearance. Actually, he did not want to make an appearance. But I wanted him to make an appearance. So, hey. I'm back in the saddle again. It's me, Tom Sorrells, coming to you live and in living color on a beautiful Taco Tuesday. Make sure my audio's working. Is my audio working? Oh yeah, audio's working loud and clear. Okay, cool. 4 people are here. 4 of you, probably Fred and Michael. But say hello, leave me a comment, let me know what's shaking and what is going on in your world on this fabulous, fabulous Taco Tuesday. It's been a weird run, man. The weirdness just continues in my life, and I'm sure it does in yours as well. So there I am, down in the corner, lower left-hand corner as you look at your screen. Overall setup. I'll go away real quick and talk about the overall setup for big changes coming on. We are 50 days away. That's 50. Count them, 50 days away from hurricane season. So this is not going to be a hurricane, but kind of a precursor of what could lie ahead for the season. Early storms normally do get started in the Gulf. We don't have a storm coming. Everyone a couple of weeks ago got all jacked up. Well, I guess it was 7 days ago. But moisture is going to be associated with this low level, this upper level low, not a low level low. If it was a surface low, we'd be in real trouble, but it's not. It's an upper level low. Aiding in the rainfall to Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, all the way into Georgia. Always on my mind. So, in the coming days, either way, that's what it looks like right now. Low pressure is going to strengthen and gale force winds will pop up along the coast. Now, for us in Florida, this is not a big deal, at least not yet. It will aid in the rain that we're going to get in the coming days, and time will tell how much rain we get. I'll show you the hour-by-hour breakouts for the week ahead, the next 6 to 7 days coming up in just a moment. But right now, we're talking about a low developing by tomorrow in the upper level of the atmosphere over the Gulf of Mexico. It is not going to become a huge deal for us. It's just to be a blustery run for the folks along the Gulf Coast. Hate it for them. Here we go. Tuesday. The system's bringing more rain and snow to the northwest. Folks out there are getting rain like you read about. And actually, what they're getting is good for them. I know you will hear stories about how bad things are and the fact that, it's a tough run. But the truth of the matter is the reservoirs are starting to return. Some of them are back to 80, even 90% full. So, yay, good for the big record snow and the flooding they've had. Hate that some folks lost their houses and people were injured, but my goodness, the super drought might finally have some relief out there in the northwest, California out west, and Arizona, Nevada, and all those regions. So, tomorrow the low pressure center begins to impact the Gulf Coast states. So you can see the rain bands going into New Orleans, Baton Rouge, all those zones from, say, Mobile back out to New Orleans, Louisiana. Houston looks to stay dry until about Thursday, if then. This is the way it looks on Thursday. The system begins to bring rain to the southeast. That would be you, Central Florida. Our rain chances do build up on Thursday. So let's dive on in. Wave heights have been a big issue in the last 24 to 48 hours with beach erosion along our coast. Flagler County, Volusia County, even Brevard, washing away the sand, all the replenishing we've been trying to do since the 2 storms last season. It's just been awful. If you've been watching News 6, then you know all the activity's been awful. Got gutters on your house and no rain. Well, hang on, Angie. It's coming. When should I head to Carson City, Nevada? Well, why would you go to Carson City, Nevada? And good morning to you, JoJo, over in Flagler County. How's the beach, Joe? You could be my live eye on the beach in Flagler County here. Give me an idea of what's going on. Give us an update. How is Flagler County doing? How's Flagler Beach? I know there's all kinds of erosion and problems going on with this wind and the wave height. Still running about an 8-foot wave height out there. Here's the big ridge of high pressure over Charlotte, North Carolina this morning, pushing that wind in here from the north-northeast and making for a very windy, blustery day again today in Central Florida. That's not going to alleviate. I mean, it's going to slow down a little bit. Things will abate. The wind, instead of being a 30-mile-per-hour wind, it's like we cut it in half. we're going to be somewhere between about 10 to 15, maybe 20, gusting to 20, instead of constantly blowing at like 25 to 30. Last night, even at 11 o'clock, I had some wind speeds of 23 miles per hour sustained. And that's going to calm down today a little bit. Here's the way the clouds and rain forecast goes in the next 24 hours. Here's tomorrow, 6 a.m. You see the ridge of high pressure building over the Tennessee Valley in the low, beginning to get its act together in the upper levels of the atmosphere right off the coast. And so by 9 a.m. tomorrow, there's your low. There's your rain band coming, extending all across the Gulf. Imagine if this were a surface low and we really had trouble, which we don't. We have no tropical trouble brewing. It remains an upper level low. You see by Wednesday 11, it's still putting the rain just off the coast of New Orleans and forcing tropical moisture towards central Florida. Wind speed and direction will all be from the southwest by then, southeast across the inland areas along the coast, and just to the Gulf Coast from the southwest. See, my wind barbs are on there. Am I blocking those? No, I am not. So we're talking about a big moisture pump for Thursday. It's Thursday night, 7 o'clock. There's Thursday into Friday. You see the load going inland over Mississippi and Alabama, and then things begin to slow down in the rain department just a smidge. Temperatures are also a big part of our equation right now. A normal daytime high this time of year in Orlando is 82. And we've not hit 82 for the high in a while. We hit, I want to say 81 yesterday. Maybe it's 83 now. 81 yesterday was the high. But that was at 10:30 before the rain began to show up. And so the rain washed away what little heat we were able to get yesterday. Compared to yesterday at this time, we're now 2 degrees cooler in Orlando than we were yesterday. Here's the satellite image as of 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You see what's going on. We roll it. Still cloudy in spots, but overall I've got sunshine and blue sky over my house here in southwest Orange County, Florida. So all's good for me. Hour by hour breakout. I'll take my picture back out. I think. Now it's leaving me in there. No, it won't take me out. And let you see what's going on with it all. Whoa, where did you go? There we go. So the activity continues. Clouds and rain forecast for tonight. You see the onshore flow, the way things are moving in from the northeast, being blown along by the surface wind, dragging cloud cover, and from time to time, a rain shower. So rain today is not going to be the big issue for Flagler County and Volusia County and across the interior. Rain chances are about 20%. And that's just to kind of, cover it up. Yes, tacos for lunch, Michael. Yes, I'm in charge today. I'm getting tacos for us. It's Tuesday, bro. And I'm fired up for it. We've not had a really good Taco Tuesday in a while here at Casa de Sorrells. So we're going to get tacos today, said Big Daddy Tom. Big Daddy Tom wants them. Tacos for lunch. I like to knock them out for lunch and then have a lighter dinner. Sometimes when Mitra doesn't want to cook dinner at all, she'll say, hey, let's not do the tacos for lunch. Let me get them for dinner. But today I think we'll do them for lunch. At least I think that's what I'm going to lobby for and try to make happen. Okay, I posted a video on YouTube and on Facebook as well called Snowflakes Over Quebec. That was from my vacation. That is not from today. Today I'm here with you in the tropics. Okay, here's Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. You see the onshore flow kind of stops. Winds are coming from the east. And some of that tropical moisture begins to creep in down south. See the activity there? Some of that tropical moisture making its way up along the Gulf Coast, pushing across the interior a little bit. And keep in mind that's just a trend. Ding dang it. Let's run that again so folks can see it. Tuesday into Wednesday. Here's tomorrow. The low's developing in the Gulf and some of the moisture pumps our way. I think wind direction shifts a little bit on Wednesday. We warm up a little, and then you'll see what happens on Thursday. Don't I have Thursday? Wednesday. There we go. Push, 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 push. And there's Thursday morning, 8 a.m. So some of the moisture trailing in could end up producing scattered showers on Thursday. There you go. There's the time I think about the most or worry about the most. That would be your Thursday, 5 p.m. I really think scattered showers will be rocking from the villages to Lake County, making its way across the interior. So Thursday could be a little more active for us here in Central Florida. Now, overall setup, you've already seen that. Doing its thing. Okay. Stop. Stop. Here we go. Satellite showing the big ridge of high pressure dominant, and there's the clouds and rain forecast yet again. So just know it's all building and it is all coming our way. Right now, the low has yet to develop, has not shown up, is not a player in the forecast just yet, but will be by this time tomorrow. Temperatures this morning are pleasant, pleasant, pleasant. Toby and I had a great walk, got his business done. He actually ate grass and puked. I don't know, but he felt better. And then we walked around the block. Afternoon forecast today, the daytime high goes to 77, and here's your 7-day outlook real quick. Rain chances are at their best on Thursday as some of that tropical moisture overruns the area. And by the weekend, we'll be close to 90 for a daytime high. So that is all making the comeback. Boom. All right. You're caught up. Let me talk to you. Freddie Coleman, yay, we had a bad storm last Thursday. Tell me about it, Michael. What happened? Hey, Susan Burnett Green, where you been, girlfriend? Of course, where have I been is a better question. You know, things have been rough. What can I tell you? I talked about this. It's been unsettling and a crazy time. And then I had a vacation week, and we went to Quebec and Montreal. We were going to go to Japan. Yeah, my plan is to get myself to Japan. That's my goal. That's my bucket list place. That one. Oh, what hat am I wearing? Today's hat is Columbia University. Patrick, Sparky Man. Columbia University in New York City. One of my children went to school there. Graduated with her master's degree in biomechanical engineering. Because she's smarter than her dad. Yeah. So I wear her hat. A hat she gave me. Do it, man. What does it mean, do it, man, mean, Michael? Oh, Japan. I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. So we wanted to go. We do want to go to Japan. We are going to go to Japan. We're going to make it someday, as we always say. We were looking at doing it this year. But then I got my mom down here, and I don't want to go all the way around to Asia. My mom's not settled. And I knew she wouldn't be settled by March. I knew I might have her in her new place, and things are going to be good. Enough that I could travel somewhere. And we didn't want to go around the globe for 10 days or 2 weeks. And I really think Japan needs to be 10 days or 2 weeks, not 5, you know. So then Mom got ill and passed away. And we'd already planned to go to Canada. And so Japan became Canada for this year, for now. And we had a great time. And I highly recommend Quebec City, man. Your son is stationed in Japan. Is he in Okinawa? Where is he? Because that's where I really want to go. We'll end up in Tokyo and in the cherry blossom country and all that. Probably east Japan instead of west. Japan's weird. It kind of looks to us like this, but they divided east-west. It's kind of like that. So, but yeah, I'd like to go. Maybe next year. Also want to go to Ireland. I've never made it to Ireland. And I think that'll be maybe. Buddies in Japan, can't wait to see you give the weather in Japan. Well, I wouldn't be doing the weather in Japan. I don't speak a lot of Japanese. I know some commands. Canada's pretty cool too. You know what, Susan? We had the best time. And I've never been to Quebec and Montreal. I've been to Toronto a few times. And to Windsor, Ontario a bunch. But I've never been to the province of Quebec and never stayed in Quebec City. You're staying in the USA. Look, I didn't say I was moving, dude. But I do love to travel. I love to travel. I love Europe. I love Central America. You're scared of the flight? Oh, no, man. The flight is easier than driving from Pennsylvania to Florida. More people die on the freeway between Pennsylvania and Orlando than have died in the last 10 years in airplane crashes, I'm sure. I feel certain. You have to Google the stats to figure that out. But it's close. We drove to Alaska once. It was beautiful. But did you drive to Alaska, Susan, or did you fly up there and drive around? Because honestly, down here in Central Florida, I'm not driving to Alaska. No. And the thing of it is, I used to dream of, you went to Canada last October. Ontario, Quebec, Toronto, of course. You know what? I remembered you went to Canada, Joey. We didn't talk about it, though. Wasn't it the time when COVID erupted on you again? And the hurricane was getting closer. I remember you going up north. The Quebec City is beautiful. I can't get over it. Amtrak to Florida. Well, that's a smart move. We drove through Canada to Alaska. From Greenbrier? You drove from Greenbrier to Canada to Alaska? Would it take a month? And I realized that Ricky's a car guy, and he probably drove at the speed of sound. But come on. Come on now. Alrighty, any more questions for me? Wow. What kind of car were you in, Susan? Tell us all. Give us you know what I did on my vacation. How did you do that? How did you drive? What were you in, a big Suburban or something? 1 week straight when I was young. Oh, with your family. Take 3 hours on Amtrak to get through Florida to Orlando. Yeah, well, it takes about 3 hours to drive it, too. If you take out of here driving and drive 3 hours straight up, you'll hit Lake City and you'll be crossing the Georgia line. If you go towards Jacksonville, it takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours. Just does. Hard driving, too. I mean, not stopping at Wawa, not stopping at Buc-ee's. I mean, foot to the floor, hoping for good traffic, doing 75 to 80. You make it in about 3 hours. Yeah, we're pretty deep. Central Florida. Monte Carlo. Oh, good Lord, no. See, those are the days. Those are the 70s and 80s when you were young. And your parents throw you in an LTD or Monte Carlo and floor it. No, those days are gone. Big Daddy Tom does not live like that. No, sirree, Bob. I would not. My kids never knew that. My kids will never know what it's like to be packed into a sedan driving cross country, because we never did it. We only packed them into the big van. You know, the big luxury van? We had the big boom. The Oldsmobile Silhouette or the Toyota minivan, the Swagger wagon that Joe Vecchi bought from me. I hope it's doing well, Joe. And the don't tell who? What? What was I talking about? Oh, we have it with a TV, headsets, watching DVDs on the TV. Or now, if I was to pack them all into a vehicle, they'd all have their phone. They'd be watching TV on their phone, listening to Spotify. Back in our day, Susan, they'd pack us into a car. My dad smoked, and so I'd be packed into an LTD racing to Texas with my dad smoking. Window cracked this much. Me dying back there from the smoke. I hate smoke to this day. I don't like to be around people who smoke. Fastest way to get me out of a social situation, somebody light up a cigarette. Hey, gotta go. I'm gone. I'm out the door. I had a jerk interview me one time in Pittsburgh. The GM was interviewing me for a job there, and he smoked during our interview. I could have killed him. And I did not get offered the job. It's the first time in my life I ever interviewed for a job and didn't get it. He didn't offer me the job that day. Normally they did. They did back then. As you move up, that starts to happen. When you're young, you interview, you get the job. Then you get high enough to where they're looking at 4 really good people, and you're not blowing them out of the water. And in Pittsburgh, they interviewed everybody under the age of about 40 for that job at the time. And that jerk smoked in my interview. And I hate cigarettes too, man. I could have killed him. And I told my agent, I said, I really want the job, I think, but I really don't want to work for this guy. I'm not sure this is ever going to happen. And sure enough, it didn't happen. They promoted from within. He was a jerk. I hope he doesn't have the job now. I hope he's retired. Of course, that was, 25 years ago. Do I seem bitter? If I sound bitter, trust your instincts. All right. So I'm going to let you go now. We're out of here. I hate cigarettes, too. Chrysler Sebring convertible. Love those. They still make those? Or do you have a classic? Because, man, that was a car that I wanted for the longest time. I ended up buying I did have a convertible. I've driven 2 convertibles for me in my life. And one was a Sunbird convertible at WPDE TV15. It was the weather car that the station put me in, splashed a big wave over it. TV15 weather. And I think Ed Piotrowski, who has that gig now, still has a convertible that he drives on sunny days. That's the way it was. All right. Oh, you sold it in 2013. Yeah, good cars though, man. Good cars. All right, dudes. I'm gonna wrap it up. Meetra's on her way back from running her errands. I'm gonna get busy. Would you believe I still have not written thank you notes for the funeral? I'm terrible. It's been 7 weeks, I think, something like that, since Mom passed. And every time I sit down to write them, I start, getting upset. So while I'm alone, I'm going to attempt to do that today. Get her done. I've only got about 12 or 15 to write. So love to you all. It's good to be back. Happy Taco Tuesday. Hope you understood the weather. And the rain is on the way again for Thursday. I'm going to wrap it up. Holla. Leave me a comment. Share with your friends. Tell me you love me. Lie to me. I don't care. Good morning from the bride. Jeannie Hackney. Mama Hackney. How you doing, babe? And I will be on the air today at 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30, 6, 7, and 11. Everybody take care. Peace.